What is going on, my friends? Andrew Axum with Axum Outdoor Adventures. Thanks for joining me this afternoon. I'm going to do some knife sharpening, and been talking about doing a video review of this for a little bit. Figured today was the day. This is my Spyderco Triangle Sharpmaker. Got this from the Spyderco website, and I've always been somebody who's looking for my next pocket knife and the next best sharpener. And I'm really happy with this one, so I thought I'd show you guys while I sharpen my Spyderco. This is, I believe this one is called the Native. This is the original Native. They have a Native Chief, which is bigger there. The camera is trying to focus on me instead of the knife, so I'll hold it up and show you a little better there. This is probably my favorite Spyderco model. I own quite a few Spyderco knives, but I've always enjoyed this one in particular because of the groove for your finger there. I know there's a name that they use for that in the knife community. I'm just not that hip, so I call it finger groove. Always like that though, because it gives you really good chopping action. Anyway, enough about the knife. This video is about the Spyderco Sharpmaker. Triangle Sharpmaker is the official name of it. And it is a ceramic rod type system. I say type because the rods are these triangle rods, which it comes with a couple of them. It comes with a set of coarse here, and it comes with a set of fine, and then you can purchase additional ones from Spyderco. And I did order me, just dropped one of them, but it's in a package, so it's okay. Ordered me a set of these ultra fine ones, and there's the other one still intact. And so the way this works is you put these triangle rods in this groove here. Let me move the camera over here so you can see a little better. So this system has two sets of holes there for the rods. It has one at a, has the degrees on here somewhere. Yeah, this side's 40 and this side's 30. Which gives you a 20 or 15 degree angle on your blade there. I tend to use the 40 as I'm not quite skilled enough to use the 30. I've tried it a few times, but most of my blades don't end up as sharp as I want. So you take these rods and you stick the coarse side in. They also have a groove there if you want to sharpen. I think you can sharpen hooks and different things in that groove, but I'm just going to be using the flat side there. And so I'm going to stick it in the 40 degree side. And then you do want to use these rods. You put these rods in, and I'll show you why in just here in a minute, but those are guards that will keep you from chopping your fingers off. You put this handle back on the other side, and that gives you a place to hold on to it. And then I'm going to try to move the camera again a little bit, and then you run your blades So I've done that a series of times on the coarse stones, and I didn't mention this before, but one of the things I like to do with my knives before I sharpen them is just clean them with a Clorox wipe. And there's probably somebody out there going, Clorox wipe, are you kidding me? That's the most horrible thing you can use for your knives, whatever. I use a Clorox wipe, so yeah, I just like to clean it off and do the rough ones. Now I'm going to take these coarse stones out, and I'm going to put these fine ones in, and I'm going to just do the same thing here. I'll give about 10 on each side. So again, just very easy. I did 10 swipes on each side, and now I'm going to change it out, and I'm going to do the same thing with these extra fine. But I wanted to mention these guards for a minute, because I know a couple of times I didn't throw those in there, and I thought to myself, I'm not going to slip off of this thing, but I have more than once. And Fortunately, it wasn't one of the times I wasn't using the guards, because my hand has absolutely slipped this way and caught these guards. There's probably some pretty good nicks in them, and I would have slashed right through my arm had I not been using these. So you definitely want to put the guards in. All right, I'm going to put these last 2 fine rods in there and sharpen it a little bit, and then we'll test it out and see if I did any good. All right, I think we got a pretty decent little edge on this. I'm gonna try to find a part of my arm that has some hair left on it. Amy yells at me, doesn't like me doing this, but let me see if I can. Yep. All right, yeah, I think you guys can see that there. It shaved me pretty slick there, and I wasn't pushing very hard. Let's give it the old paper test, and I know that dulls it, but I can always sharpen it again. I'm just curious how good of a job this thing did from just a few swipes on there. Let me see what I got here. Let's try cutting some paper, see how easily that does that. Yeah, it's got a pretty decent little edge on it there. I've been really happy with the Spyderco Triangle Sharpmaker. Hopefully this is the last sharpening system I'll buy. I know there are guided systems out there. I do like the freehand systems. I'm not saying I'm better with them than somebody is with a guided system. I just like it the same way I like a manual transmission. So yeah, I'll put the link to these down in the description if you're interested. I'll put the link to the knife and the Sharpmaker system, and then if you want to look on their website, they do have the extra stones available. Alrighty, my friends, I think that's going to be it for this one. I am going to head out in the backyard here in a few minutes to do some sling shooting, and I will be testing out my elephant in rosewood from Precise Slingshots. So if you're interested in slingshots, stick around and watch that one. It'll be somewhere on my channel. Thanks for hanging out with me, friends.